Hi everybody, how are you? Coming to you live today from, well, my kitchen. I'm home today and not at the office because I have a sick little boy. So I'm doing my live Facebook anyway from home. So Tyler, come here.
Yeah.
I have two kids. I have a 20-year-old, almost 21-year-old, and I have an 8-year-old. This is Tyler. Can you say hi, Tyler?
Hello.
Show him your dimple. Oh God, look at that dimple. Isn't that a great dimple? Okay, don't be a freak though, okay? You goofball. Ty is homesick. He's been sick for a couple days. He's clearly got some issues. But had to do work from home today. So that's what we're going to talk about a little bit, about how things don't always go the way we want them to. So feel better. Go rest, okay? Okay. So, originally when Tyler got sick and I had to work from home, I was bummed out because I have certain things at the office, certain ways I do things at the office, and it changes my routine. And doing what I do for a living, the first thing I did was say, how lucky am I that I get to work from home? I know there are a lot of you that would really like to have that opportunity and that you don't have that opportunity. So the first thing I found for myself was gratitude. But it didn't mean that I was happy about it. It still was a change that I didn't anticipate. We have a meditation in our library, and we do a lot of meditations that are about life events or things that happen in life. And one of them is called Resistant to Change. And we are, as humans, resistant to have things go differently than they should. In fact, right now, I have a little boy that didn't go into his room and is giving me hand signals. Can you please go rest so that I can finish my live? Same thing, happening all the time. So when things don't go our way, we have a tendency as humans to resist that. We know how things are supposed to go. We know how we want our day to go. And we don't feel comfortable when we don't have the things the way we want them to, because we as humans like to have control. That control is really an illusion, but we feel like we have control. And when we don't have that control, we have a tendency to resist it. Just like with what happened to me today, I'm fortunate that because I do write most of the meditations for the company, I know exactly where to go and what to do when I feel that resistance to change. And there are some thoughts you can have that you may have never thought of before that will allow you peace and freedom around it. Most of what we have when we have some kind of resistance or fight in our life is a suffering that we're causing ourselves. It doesn't look like that, guys. It really doesn't. It looks like this is terrible and this is happening to us and I have no control over it and life sucks. But the reality is that you didn't have control in the first place. And by going through some of our meditations like the Resistance to Change meditation, you have the opportunity to see it from a completely different place, to have it in your toolbox and to go, okay, I'm stressed out. I'm not happy about what's happening to me right now, but I can go in that toolbox based on the meditation that I know of and that we have in our library that you can see. The other thing that happened for me, I think happens for most of us. Did you see that? Okay, so to have a meditation on punishing 8-year-olds, because I think that's what I'm going to have to write next. The other thing that happens for me, and I think this happens to a lot of us, and especially women, is that our priorities get changed easily. And for example, in this case, Tyler's my priority right now. Workforce and Lifeforce comes second to that. Making sure that I have the laundry done and that dishes are cleaned is close to the bottom. But what tends to go straight to the bottom is myself. If I want to do something for myself, that will be something that's left last, and that is absolutely detrimental. And it takes time to understand that. It takes you putting yourself first over and over and over again to know, just like they say on the airplane, when the masks come down, put it on yourself first and then on your child. If you're not functioning well, the things around you aren't functioning well. Your family isn't functioning well. And you will not have a sense of peace and ease around things. It's harder to get to that toolbox that you need to pull out of sometimes when you don't have time for yourself. So even though my list of to-dos today got way bigger and seemed insurmountable, the first thing I did today was to meditate. And I think people think, oh, well, this is your job, you meditate all the time. And I'd like to say that I do every single day, but that's not always the case. But if I don't make it my priority and I don't do it every day, then I definitely have a different experience of life, and that my frustration level can go up, and that my ability to be able to handle daily events and changes, the resistance comes and I don't see that the toolbox is available. Where when I know that that's the case, my life goes with a certain flow that allows that for the people around me too. So I hope that if your day had some changes in it and you didn't get done what you needed to, you understand that that's okay, but the one thing to make sure that's a priority is to take care of yourself. Priority number one is not drinking wine. As you can see, there's wine above my head here. That wine typically stays on that rack, but I couldn't help but talk about it because it's really right above my head. So needless to say, if you are not making yourself a priority, let me give you an opportunity to do that. Let me give you a freebie for the site. So if you're interested in trying meditation and seeing what this is like, you know, we're not talking about woo-woo here. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's not what we do. It's literally sitting down with your eyes closed and following a guided meditation for a certain period of time. You could do it for as little as 15 minutes. I think our longest ones run 30 minutes. I'd be happy to provide that for you. I'm going to need to meditate after this for sure. There's absolutely no doubt. Tyler, you know what I think? I think Tyler should go in his room and meditate and see what it's like to affect others. Look, are we having fun? Am I really supposed to be mad about this? I don't think so. But needless to say, I am going to ask you, Tyler, look at my face. I'm going to ask you to stay out for a minute, okay? So if you are interested and committed to making yourself a priority, then if you like this post and you like the website at Workforce and Lifeforce Meditations, then I will send you a separate message with a link to have 30 days free so that you can make a practice of putting yourself first. The meditations are all kinds of different themes. So find the ones that suit you. Find the ones that hit what's going on in your life and that make you feel lighter with peace and ease. And if you decide it's not for you, then cancel before the 30 days up. There's no cost. There's no obligation. But consider this a gift to yourself, not just from me, but from you to yourself, so that you can make yourself a priority and you can feel peace and ease even when change comes around, even when there's a cupcake on your shoulder. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me. I'm Jean Pomeroy from Workforce and Lifeforce Meditations. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.